So, where you lead me, I will go. Interesting, because my talk this morning is called The Energy Bus. It's based on a book I'll talk about a little bit later. It's actually by John Gordon, and it's about ways to fuel your life with positive energy. And it's interesting because with that song, Where You Lead Me, I Will Go, I've maybe for the last 12 or 13 years traveled a lot for business. And it's always interesting, always interesting. You know, I get to encounter lots of different people. Most of the time, I meet people who smile, people who help me. You know, I've gotten off of a train with 4 or 5 huge suitcases and a big storage canister for a show at a convention, and not even known how I was going to get off the platform, and had people step up and just very graciously help. And I've always found that when I travel. And it's very, very interesting because I travel a lot on planes, and I travel on trains, and I travel on subways. The subways have gotten very interesting. I don't know, is anybody here in New York much anymore? Right? The subways are fun, aren't they? They end up now, there's lots of people in there who choose to entertain us and break dance down the aisle and sing and hope you're going to give them a few dollars, or people in the subway tunnels. That some people are just so talented. They play these incredible instruments, and right, that you can hear this incredible classical music. I mean, it's very interesting when you get out there and you start traveling. But I think maybe most of my experiences now end up being on the Greyhound bus back and forth to New York, and that's always that's a trip. Sometimes the bus is on time, sometimes it doesn't come at all. They don't bother to tell you for about an hour that the bus isn't coming, but sometimes it doesn't show up. Sometimes I get to travel with people I've met people here at CCL, and you know, I've gotten to travel with Rose Payne, Linda Corelli, if you remember her. She and I would sometimes meet on the bus. Eliane Lawson, one time, I was getting the last bus out of New York City, the 11:45 p.m., and there was one seat left on the bus, and Eliane ended up walking on the bus, and we chit-chatted all the way, much to the distress of the people who were trying to sleep. It's really amazing. A lot of times on the bus, I've even said to myself, I've laughed sometimes, I'm like, gosh, if somebody asks me how many people I've slept with, I wonder if it counts with the guy sitting next to me on the bus who's right there and kind of leaning on you, and you're sharing your space with a stranger. It's an interesting experience. You know, it's funny though, because I've chosen to get on the bus, right? This is the way I've gone, so I don't have to drive. And so part of that is accepting the luxury of not driving and being able to maybe take a nap, but also allowing these other energies and things to come into my experience that day, because that's how I've chosen to travel. It's fascinating because as I moved through the bus experience, and I was reading this book, and I was thinking about it, I know that most of the time the experience is wonderful. There was one time not too long ago, we were coming home on the turnpike, and the bus was very quiet, and most people sleep or listen to their iPod or whatever, and all of a sudden a vehicle almost ran into us, and the bus swerved, and the entire bus just started screaming. People were screaming. People jumped out of their seats. I mean, it was really unsettling. And people started calling 911 to try and, you know, report the person that had almost hit us. But the fascinating thing was that after that incident, the energy on the bus switched. People started communicating. Everybody on that bus started talking to each other. And there was an energy change that allowed everyone on the bus, I'm not kidding, all the way back to Mount Laurel. People were talking, connecting, making friends, smiling, laughing, joking. The gentleman next to me had gotten to go see David Letterman, and I got to hear all about that. And it was very fascinating that something so abrupt and something like that switched the energy. just like that, and to everybody on the bus making an effort to connect instead of disconnecting from everything that was going around. So today we want to talk a little bit about our own bus, that we have the capability of creating our own bus ride in this life. And we also have the capability to fuel our bus, thank goodness not at the gas pumps right now, but with our own God consciousness, with what it is that ignites us, with what it is that powers us. It's a spiritual activity that is flowing through us, that energizes us. It's the fuel that propels us every day. And some days we have a little more energy than others. Some days we're a little more in sync mentally or physically or emotionally. But we rely on our God energy, our God consciousness. So we really want to fill ourselves up each day with the highest level of octane available to us, that God stuff, the qualities of God that we know we can be in alignment with, joy and love, peace, prosperity, abundance. When you think about those things, you want to move into a place where, in accepting them, you can almost feel your energy rise up, can't you? If you think about a God quality that's really important to you, you can physically take it in and let that energy fuel you. That's going to fuel your bus. We can fuel it with other things, but they may not get us as far, and the journey might not be as pleasant. So I want to think about what we're fueling our bus ride with today. We want the highest and best fuels available. Ernest Holmes tells us that if you know that spirit flows in transcendent loveliness into your world of thought and form, that it flows through your whole being, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. So we want to map out a trip where we're tapping into these energies, where we know we don't have to look for the next gas station or the sign. It's an ever-constant flow coming through us, and it's the energy and the fuel that's going to take us on our journey. One of the suggestions that is strongly made by John Gordon in the Energy Bus is to make a resolution to take 10 minutes daily to take a thank you walk. And you simply take a walk. You go outside, at the mall, in your office, it doesn't really matter where. What matters is what you think about while you're walking. And it's really almost impossible to really remain stressed if you're going into a place of gratitude. So as you take that walk, it really can realign your energies, realign your goals that day, realign yourself with what you want to have happen in your life, and not sit there and just let other things come at you. So this gratitude walk is really something I think we all perhaps have heard about before. But his suggestion is that we really take 10 minutes a day and do it. It's like weeding a garden. If you just go out one morning and do it this spring, chances are by May, June, July, the weeds are going to come back. It needs constant tending. Our gratitude energy needs to constantly come through us. Because when we're in alignment with gratitude, such wonderful things can happen, right? What we put out is what comes back. So the more we're grateful for, the more things that we have to be grateful for are going to come back to us. I think it's really a lovely thing. And, he says that if you do this, if you make a commitment to do this, it just becomes a part of your being. And he makes a comment, he says, we talk to people we don't even like for 10 minutes a day, right? Think about it. There's a lot of people that we might not even care to interact with, but we do that for at least 10 minutes a day. Can we give ourselves this gift to walk through life in gratitude? And think about the energy that will be fueled if you do that. It's interesting. The word energy is really, it's fascinating to me when I went to look it up, that the word energy was first used by Aristotle to express the concept of, it was called a vigor of expression. Energy's roots are in vigor of expression. So this excitement, this wanting to reach out, this wanting to come from a place of overflow. That's energy, this expression, vigor of expression. The Mystery School of Alexandria then began to use the word energy to describe cosmic forces, the power and force of omnipotence. And the Mystery School of Alexandria says that we are individual expressions of God. Each one of us is the very energy of the universe personified. Okay, we get that? Each one of us is the very energy of the universe personified. Whew. So think about it. If we are the energy of the universe personified, what kind of energy do you think we could tap into to drive our own bus if we really got into alignment? If we really let ourselves download this and then express it back out? Amazing, isn't it? This vigor of expression, individual expressions of God. Core concept 1 in Science of Mind. Core concepts are things that we really know and go to and believe are the basis of truth. Where we can go when we pray, where we can go in our consciousness and align ourselves with that truth. And actually, Core Concepts 1 is very much like the Mystery School of Alexandria's statement. You know, it says there, each human being is a creation of God, made of God's substance, and a unique, individualized incarnation of spirit. So as I look out today, I'm looking at unique, individualized incarnations of spirit. Can you feel that? Can you take that in? It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. We are individualized expressions of spirit. This incarnated spirit is my essence and the essence of every human being. Whew. Every human being is God expressing, each one of us. So we have to be able to take that in. You know, I spoke a month or so ago about expecting our good, but then we have to accept our good. And we can accept that God is here for us, right? We can expect it, but can we really accept it? Can we allow that conscious energy to flow through us and to guide us and be that force? Can we accept that? It's a lot to take in, isn't it? It's a lot to take in, but it's true. It's real. It's why we're here today. It's amazing. It goes on and says, this essence is uniquely mine. It can never be lost, damaged, diminished, or destroyed throughout my eternal journey. Now and forever, I am an expression of God, right where I am. God in me, as me, is me. God in me, as me, is me. So we really want to think about this. Take that in. We are expressions of God. It's amazing. It's amazing. In his book, John Gordon credits Jesus with being his ultimate bus driver. He calls Jesus his ultimate bus driver. And he talks in this story a lot about a gentleman who's kind of bogged down by day-to-day things, and then tells the story in parables of how he ends up via a car that has a flat tire, and his wife's too busy to take him to work, and he ends up on this bus. And eventually, he gets the car to the garage, and it turns out his brakes had gone bad, and he realized that if he had indeed not had a flat tire, he could have very well been in an accident because he had no brakes in the car. And his whole perception of what's going on around him is changed by these people on the bus. One of the things he says is, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Okay? I'm too blessed to be stressed. And that as we ride this bus, as we ride our own particular pathway, we really should find some rules or guidelines to help us day to day. It's why we pray. It's why we come here on Sundays. It's why we have this community. But it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to get distracted. So I think we want to help each other guide each of us on this journey. And I think we need to plan our own trip, because your trip is going to look different outwardly than my trip, right? We each have our own unique way. What did we just read? We're unique expressions of God. So we don't want to get sidetracked and let somebody else drive our bus. And that's kind of rule number one, is that you are the driver of your bus. We need to figure out where we want to go as individuals. And we need to take this in and really accept that that's our divine right to drive our own bus. Now, you can pick a designated driver if you like, right now, and sometimes I think we need to. For example, if I'm going to New York and I need to study or rest, it's easier for me to get on the Greyhound bus, but I have to accept that somebody else is driving that bus, not me, right? It's going to be somebody else. Part of my journey would be like, okay, I might be designating this particular person to guide me along this path today. But ultimately, the choice is mine, and I need to take control of this bus ride that I'm on. And believe me, there's times I wish I could say, okay, somebody want to do this for me? Because this bus ride may not be exactly what I had hoped for. It may not look the way I had outpictured it originally. Although ultimately I know that God's in charge. God's my ultimate bus driver, and I know it's all good. But right, we all know day to day there's times where you're going, okay, what's happening, right? We need to be in a place where we can take our energy and refocus and get ourselves in alignment with our good. And we can do that if we're driving our own bus. If we've given away our power, it may be very difficult to take it back. Because once we do that, what happens? Very difficult, because someone else now is in control in that minute or that day, or we've given away a lot of our power to somebody else, and we are not in control of our own lives. And sometimes, again, we don't think we have a choice, but we always do, because we've got God on our side. God's our co-driver. So we have to take our power back. The second rule he talks about is letting your heart and your joy fuel your vision. That your fuel should come from joy and also from your heart. It's very interesting. If you want to focus and move your bus in the right direction, we want to let joy be our compass. Let joy be our compass. That's a very powerful phrase. Alan Cohen has a book called Let Joy Be Your Compass. But it's very important to me because sometimes when I get out of whack myself, if I take a moment and breathe in where my joy is in that moment, everything else comes back into place. Because that's going to come from my heart. I'm going to be in touch with my God self then. Because that joy is important to me. It's got to be important then to the universe. Because the energy I put out is going to have an impact. Just like Ron's beautiful music this morning. Vibrations go out from us. So if we're going to put a vibration or fuel into our bus ride, let's do it in a joyful, conscious way. The other thing is that love is the ultimate fuel. That's the next rule. Divine love will keep our bus in alignment with the presence of God. Love is the ultimate fuel. He talks a little bit about how the heart acts as an emotional conductor and radiates how we are feeling to every cell in our body via our hearts. Our hearts have an electromagnetic field, and this energy can be detected 5 to 10 feet away from us. The heart's electromagnetic field is 5,000 times more powerful than the brain's. So we sometimes think we really need to think our way through something. We need to figure it out. We need to get into that logical place. But if we tap into our heart energy, we're going to have a lot more power, a lot more fuel to guide ourselves through the day. Our bus ride is going to be fueled by the ultimate energy that's going to come and really radiate throughout our entire being. Remember, every cell of our being is picking up this energy. Every cell of our being is picking up this energy. And we want this energy, the ultimate energy, the love energy, to guide us the joy. We want that to be our compass. One of the next rules he talks about is identifying yourself as the CEO, your Chief Energy Officer. You are the CEO of your bus, the Chief Energy Officer of your bus, the CEO. Isn't that great? And we can decide who and what we want on our bus. Our energy is like a magnet, and enthusiasm attracts passengers. It attracts people that we want on our bus. We have the power also to decide who is on our bus. And we each have the power to decide who's going to take this journey with us. We get to invite and give a bus ticket to the people we want on our bus. It's up to us to decide. We have that power. And it's important to be in alignment with what we want. We talk about that a lot here at CCL. We have to create what we want. Well, to do that, if we have to create what we want, we really need to get in touch with what we want. Not what we don't want, right, but what we really want. Where do we want to go? And who do we want on this journey with us? The next rule he talks about is not wasting energy on people who don't want to be on your bus. Isn't that interesting? We have the power to choose who's on the bus, and we have the power to not waste our energy on people we don't want on the bus. And that really includes people like relatives, co-workers, old friends, people who kind of drain you. He calls them the energy vampires, right? And you all know who we're talking about, right? Everybody's experienced energy vampires. It doesn't mean we can't love them. It doesn't mean we don't care about them. It just means that they don't have to be on our bus ride. We can choose to love them and let them be, but not let them on our bus and take our life force, our energy from us, or demand from us that we do things in a way that doesn't feel like it's in alignment with our good. And so we have this right. We have a right to have people on our bus that we want to be with us. Look around today. We've decided to all come here today, right? And this journey that we're taking today, we're on it together. On some level, some higher level, we've all chosen to be here together. We're on the bus. We're on a bus today. And we're taking this energy and this alignment. And not only are we taking it in from each other, we are sending it out to each other. So as we're driving the bus, as we're driving our own bus today, who do we want on it? It's very important to get in touch with that. And again, this isn't about not loving people or caring about them, but that doesn't necessarily mean they need to be on the bus with us. Remember that people reflect our good back to us. And we can choose to have people who fill ourselves up, who fill our cups with love, who fill our cups with good, who fill us up with affirming energies, because they're fueling their bus ride. And if they want to fuel their bus ride with your energy, well, that you have a choice, right? You can choose to be part of their bus ride. It may be wonderful. Or you can say, you know what? I feel like you just got me down to empty. The fuel light's on. I may want to stop, get off this bus, go refill my tank, and go on a separate journey. We have that right. Now, the other thing about being on the bus is that we really want to be enthusiastic, because enthusiasm attracts people to us. And we want that energy on our ride. We want people who have the power to decide to get on our bus. Remember, it's a conscious choice for the people who are on the bus also. And we want them to make a choice that they want to be with us and that they want to go to the same destination as you. So we invite people on our bus. Now, if somebody gets on the bus and you're going to Disney World and somebody else is on the bus going, I want to go to the Grand Canyon, I want to go to the Grand Canyon. It's okay that they want to go to the Grand Canyon, but they may not get there on your bus, right? Maybe another time you'll go back and get on their bus. But if somebody doesn't want to be on the bus or they don't want to go where you're going, it's okay. It's okay. Their journey may be a little different. It may outpicture itself a little differently. Let it go. Let it go. Loving your passengers is a very important part of the journey. Enthusiasm is important, but love is the answer. Whatever the question, love is the answer, right? Love is the answer. So we want to become a love magnet. And he talks about this in the book, becoming a love magnet. If we fill our bus with people who we love and who really love us and care about us, it's going to make our journey so enriching. And it's going to be a very supportive trip. Rather than having people that you're playing tug of war with, you're having people that are going to help you move forward, right? Move forward in this way. I'm sitting here, I'm thrilled to see the Reverend Bell and Wade, and I know one of the things, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but you guys are looking forward to moving to Sedona, is that right? And that's part of your journey. Your bus is heading to Sedona, whether we like it or not, right? We may want you here, but in love, whenever that happens, we send you in peace and joy. And guess what? I bet because we're going to be part of that energy that supports them in their vision for where they want to go on this next journey in their life, I bet if we get out to Sedona, we can probably knock on your door and say hello, right? That we can say, wow, we have people we know and love in Sedona. Right? So your journey will expand by supporting people we love on their journey. We can move forward with them, and our journey then expands. When I look around here and I think of some of the journeys we've all been on together, through classes and prayer and just being there for people, it's amazing. It's just amazing, the absolute love, the love that comes from the hearts of the people here. And as we reach out and really support each other in knowing our truth. I think a lot of times when people come to CCL, they talk about how they could feel the love when they walk in the room. Because we set our intention to be a heart-centered spiritual community. And people feel something when they walk in and they acknowledge it. We don't always know what it is, but we know something felt right when we walked through that door the first time. And it's that love, it's that energy, and it's that getting on the bus with joy, right? It's getting on the bus here with joy. We need to drive our bus with purpose. Drive your bus with purpose. We are each so unique. We are each beloved. We're each the beloved of the beloved. But we need to claim our greatness. We need to claim that we are driving with God on this journey that we've been blessed to partake in. Life is a gift. Life is a gift. You know, I was at the funeral of a friend on Thursday morning, and she made sure that she did not have a funeral mass. She wanted a celebration of her next journey mass, and the priest supported that. It was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. We need to claim our greatness. We need to claim what we want, because we don't serve anyone by playing small. No one. There's an incredible quote that Nelson Mandela spoke. It came from Marianne Williamson originally. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. As we liberate ourselves, we liberate others. As we love ourselves, we love others. As we shine, we give others permission to shine too. So as we drive our bus, we give other people the permission to do the same. So we need to have some fun. We need to enjoy the ride, and that's perhaps the last piece of this puzzle, that this life is a gift. And so whatever is draining our energies, we need to let it go. There's some things we just need to let go of. We need to forgive. We need to forgive others. But I think most importantly, we need to forgive ourselves. This is our journey. And it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be painful. Allow yourself the pleasure of a joyful ride, because the blessings are here for every one of us now. Course in Miracles tells us that it's God's will for each of us to be happy. God's will is perfect happiness for each of us. So let's just close our eyes for a moment and just imagine your journey. It's your journey. And think about your own bus. It's big and it's beautiful. What color is your bus? What color is it? Just imagine it. And where are you going? Where are you going on this journey? Remember, this is your trip, and you can go wherever you please. Who is with you? Who is with you? Your angels? New friends? The people that you love? Feel the energy. Feel the energy on your bus that's powerful, loving. Feel the energy that is uplifting you. There's a kindness on your bus, a feeling of prosperity, of knowing that you're blessed. This is the energy that's fueling your bus and your ride and your journey. And it is a journey of joy. It's a journey of joy. And you are co-creating this journey with God. Know that all the energies of the universe are here to support you in this very second. Breathe in your power. Breathe in your power. Breathe in your magnificence. Because in this moment, you are creating the journey and the life that you want. It's your right. You are a beloved child of the beloved. Feel that. Feel that truth for yourself. And knowing that you're a beloved child of the beloved, take that knowledge and claim your good. Claim your good. Feel your good coming to you now and just bask in it. Bask in the light of your good. In the universal energies that have brought you here today. Feel the warmth of spirit just radiating through you. Every cell of your being knows who you are and is absolutely delighted to take this journey with you. Know that your dreams belong to you, and you have a new possibility in this moment. Your horizons have been enlarged, and your days are filled with the magic of the stars. All things are possible with faith in God and yourself, your God self. You now see God's idea for your life. And it is brilliant. There is a blueprint for excellence mapped out just for you. So smile. Know you are loved. And that love bathes your soul in joy. And your journey is traveled with God. The gateway is open. The light of truth guides you on your way. And you are the hero. You are the hero, and I bow to you. I bow to you. And so as we take this journey, take these feelings and know that this is where we want to fuel ourselves. We want to come and fill ourselves up with this knowledge, with this love, with this truth. Ignite every cell in our being with the absolute knowingness that God is all there is. Your journey is divine, and it is blessed. Now, if you'll just place your hands over your eyes, and then gently open your eyes when you're ready, and then just bring your energies back into this room. Come back into this room. Good job. Good job. Great driving. And thank you for being on my bus.